gentlemen, this is Timid Rat for CastCraFtAu, casting for the tournament, casting for Group D at this point. Group D, this is the first match of Group D, I believe. The first one we've actually come across in the casts anyway. It is between, down here in the south position, we have Darkstar. Darkstar is my co-caster, and also the, the purple Zerg, as you can see. And up here in the north position, we have the yellow Protoss in Suigan. Suigan, I think that's how you say it. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, but it's, I would assume it is something in Japanese, as Suigan is very well versed in it. I will have to get around to that and find out. If anybody knows, please post it below. Anyway, everyone's just saying good luck, have fun, getting all the pleasantries out of the way. And we see the probe going for a very, very early scout. I always do this myself, just putting that against Zerg especially, just making sure there's no shenanigans, getting that info straight away, making sure I know exactly when the pool goes down, so I know exactly what is coming and how long I have until it does get to me. Of course, the map is Metalopolis, and it is a good choice. I believe it is the choice of Darkstar. But we're trapping the probe here, doing a bit of harassment from the probes there, getting them back to the middle line, no problem at all. And the spawning pool also going down at 15. So 15 pool there. We got the drone just tapping away at this pylon that he's just put down. I think he's going to be having none of that. No, he's not going to have any of that at all. He's going to be able to chase the drone out of his base and make sure it stays out as well. Both been scouted, both know exactly where they are. We've got the extractor gone down there for Darkstar, and also the spawning pool is almost about finished. So he will be able to make a few links and get them out. Get a bit of scouting done up at the base of Suigan. So we have one assimilator with the second one on the way. And we just have a queen being started. And I think I had too much coke before, too many burps. And the queen just getting started there for Darkstar. It is, just on a side note, very, very tough to cast about 10 games in a row. Your mouth goes completely dry. Fun though, absolutely fun. Nobody in the world gets to watch this much StarCraft and cast it and then put it on YouTube and look as silly as I do. But it is what I enjoy doing, and yes, can't wait. So there's so many games in this tournament, it is ridiculous, and this is only about the 10th game that we've played out of about possibly, I think it was 50 or 60. So I've got my work cut out for me, but I can't wait for it. Can't wait for it at all. Getting that scouting in there, stuck it in there in the side, but this stalker is going to have none of that. Although it has seen a lot of what it needed to there. That second gateway down there, and of course the expansion hatchery almost finished from Darkstar. With the spine crawler in his main mineral line, just to make sure that none of the silly bugger stuff happens in his mineral line, because I don't think he's actually produced any. He's got 2 Zerglings on the way. That's an epic amount of Zerglings. This stalker coming down, going to be harassing, going to be able to do a fair bit of harassment. He sees that the natural expansion is up, and these Lings are going to be able to chase it away, but not do much at all, because they cannot catch it without creep nor metabolic boost. Metabolic boost only about 10 seconds away. That is good to see though. And I did say something that I was going to tell you about, but I forgot, and I've lost it now. So see the overlords over here getting into position, going to be sitting right here. Should be able to put it in a good enough position so that you can't actually see it, and put it so you can see the vision of maybe the army moving around a little bit. But metabolic boost just popping out as the Lings go in there to the Zelnaga Tower, and they are just doing their rounds, checking the Zelnaga Towers, making sure there is nothing there, going up to the natural and seeing that there's nothing there as well. Hopefully there's nothing there, otherwise I'm wrong. Otherwise I'm going to be wrong, but anyway. So just droning pretty heavily here. Got 2 queued up there. He's got... Oh, I missed this. Here we go. Twilight Cancel is down. What else is coming? Are we going to see... Are we just seeing a little bit of Stalker harass there? I think from the amount of Stalkers, we are probably going to see Blink. Yes, that's correct. I'm just catching up on myself here. And we see the Lair Tech going up for Darkstar. Almost finished again. Once again, but a bit behind, but, you know, catching up. Alright, so we've seen... Let's see how many units we've got, actually. We've got 9 Zerglings. 9 Zerglings versus 6 Stalkers and 1 Zealot and 1 Sentry. Darkstar does need to start getting some units out before he actually completes all this droning. Hopefully this is the last round of drones he actually does before getting the units out, because he does know that this army is pretty big and it will be on its way soon. He's actually opted to triple expand. Without an army, very, very dangerous, especially with only 8 lings there. 8 lings are not going to do anything to this little ball here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it entirely. He's put the pylon down right in front of it, saying, you know what, I'm just going to put this here and you're in trouble. So he's got the Stalkers up here. They are fully equipped with Blink, and he has... What else does he have? He has not much else, but see a bit of an engagement here with his Lings, getting a pretty good surround. Yeah, getting a pretty good surround on these Stalkers, actually. The Stalkers blinking around the pylon just so they can protect it so it doesn't actually get taken out, so he can walk in more Zealots to come and help. He's actually doing a really good job of this. He's taken out a lot of the Stalkers. He's actually not going to clean it up. At least he will be cleaning up the Stalkers. And he does indeed. It will actually look like a Zerg victory. Yep, with a few Hydralisks here, that will be a short victory for him, and back to the drawing board for Suigan. Not sure what's going on here, but a bit of lag. Apologies for that. But we want more StarCraft, and no matter how much lag, we're going to watch it. So we've got a Baneling Nest and a Hydralisk Den that went down. The Hydralisk Den, obviously a good choice at the right time. He is deciding to do a little bit of a counter push here. Not too much of an army, just 6 Zerglings and 4 Hydras, but enough to see exactly what's happening. He's going to be able to see not much at all. Of course, the only thing that Suigan has, aside from now, he only has 4 Zealots and 3 Stalkers, which the Stalkers aren't anything to these Hydralisks, but they will be if it was 3 on 3. No, he didn't quite get it down, almost got it down. A bit of mismanagement there, not really paying attention. But I'm sure there's an extra Hydralisk coming out with Groove Spines as well, and the Zerg Carapace, which is the armor for a Zerg. Also an infestation pick going down, so we could see some infestors. We could also see a Hive Tech, really early Hive Tech, mind you. But he probably shouldn't, not going to say won't, but shouldn't go to a Hive Tech. He's just because he is short on his army and drones. We will see that he actually only has 2 more drones than his opponent, and he's on 1 base over here, and he's spread between 2 bases down in the Zerg. Soon to be 3 bases, really very soon. So we have the Hydralisk Den up, we have that, any Banelings? No, just sitting there, and I think he does notice these. Yes, he does. He notices them a bit out of position there, and it's not going to be able to do much with these Hydralisks. They're going to get taken out really, really fast by these Zealots. But he's got a few Lings down here. He's not going to be able to do much with that, but he's got the expansion just put up over here. He's pretty safe. He's got a nice army to protect it, and he would say that not much of his expansion, not much of the Zerg's army was just there, but a fair bit of it. As you can see, just going around in circles here. We're trading spots with the Protoss and the Zerg. I'm not sure what he's doing with these Hydralisks. They're getting way out of position, and he needs to really turn them back around, otherwise he's going to be in real trouble here. I don't think he is actually going to turn him back around. He's just going to go for the base trade with four Hydralisks. Those Zerglings absolutely getting cleaned up, and he does have, let's go and see exactly, he does another 46 Zerglings on the way. There's Zerglings just getting mis-microed straight up into the main. Not doing much. He needs to be able to take out these Stalkers, not the Zealots. With those things, they actually have blink on them, so they can just blink out of the surround, which is very good. He's definitely going to lose this. All the drones being taken out, and there's still massive amounts of units. Up here, of course, manages to take the hatchery down, but there's 4 Stalkers up there, able to counter that. Back down here in Darkstar's main, walking into it here. Be able to see everything basically, even if he doesn't actually get everything. Be able to see everything and kill it all. He's got 8 more lings on the way. He's unfortunately out of money, and he's just about used all his drones. That's all the drones he has left. He's almost cleaned up. He's got only 5 Stalkers left here. If he needs to finish this off here, or the one up the top. But Darkstar in a very bad position here. It's almost uncomebackable just from the amount of drones that he lost, and his income is basically down to nothing. He needs to salvage what he can, and also he needs to keep his micro to an absolute maximum, especially with those Zerglings. So this second one is going to go down, the natural there, and those Gridlings are going to get chopped up really quickly. A few Overlords going down there, and I'm wondering exactly now what they're going to do. They're going to move up to the main, or are they just going to start intercepting everything from the third? Infestation pit going down here in the corner. Just taking off until he actually gets another warp in going. There it is. There's the other warp in with a few Zealots there. The 2 Hydralisks on the way, but 2 Hydralisks unfortunately are not going to be much against this little army. I think, yes, they are 1-1 as well, so it does make it extra bad. So in 2 shots, 2 hits, does a Zergling get taken down by a Zealot, which does make the situation even worse for Darkstar, but it looks like now he's just chopping up all his drones and he's not going to have any left, and it's going to be a GG very soon. There we go. He does say nice 4-gate, but in fact he didn't actually have 4-gate, but must have got a bit of misread there from what he scouted in the start, but yeah, interesting. And congratulations to Suigan on the first game. We will see you in the second game. This has been Timid Rat, and I'll see you there.